Welcome back to HB Unfiltered Sports Talk. I'm joined by the Stiff Brownie.
What up, everybody?
And I'm your dirtbag. And we're still missing our intern. She should be back in another week or two, but she's doing well. So hopefully she continues on that, climb back. Our show is brought to you by J3 Supply Group for your hose and fitting specialist. Come on down, great guys. Also, we got to throw a big shout out to Big Rob's Pizza,
Joey,
OC Boardroom,
thanks, Heather,
My Place Sports Bar and Grill, Selman Chevrolet. Remember to hit up Larry Beavers and drop Stiffy B or Dirtbag, and you're going to save money on that next vehicle of your choice. And also, First Class Pizza.
Thanks, Gar.
All right, let's start today off with the NBA. The Celtics won their 18th. Oh, by the way, please hit like and subscribe on YouTube. Please help us out. We need to grow this thing. We need to get it to a better place than where we are. We got good things coming, especially when our intern comes back. But
we give you guys great advice on some gambling picks as well, so we'll touch base on that very shortly after we get done with the NBA Finals.
Yes.
How boring was that?
Very boring. I'm sure the ratings weren't that high. Basically, Dallas showed up for one game, Game 4 at home. At least they didn't get swept.
Yeah, well,
we got an extra game out of it.
I always think when you're up 3-0, you don't want to win on the visitors' court anyhow. You want to be back home with all your fans, and then go out to the bars afterwards, and be treated like a king. That's how I look at it. So I'm not shocked if the Celtics didn't just throw game 4.
Hey, I totally agree. But sometimes, like in the Stanley Cup, that can get dicey. Like Florida. They one day went in front of their home crowd, and then what did? They lost. Now they got to go back to Edmonton. Now it can easily go 7.
Yeah, that series is really good.
Yeah, so see, at least we got one. Thank God both of them didn't go sweep, because, that would have just left us with the College World Series and the Euros.
I know you like trivia, Dirtbag.
Okay.
Do you know the last time that the Cup went to Canada?
I'm going to say when the Montreal Canadiens beat the Kings.
Yes, 2003. You are 100% correct.
Yeah, that was...
Nice job.
Beat my Kings. That's why I remember that one. That sucks. Thanks a lot.
Oh.
Thanks a lot for bringing that up on this early Wednesday morning.
Soft spot.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, so the NBA's done, but I gotta talk about this. Detroit Pistons just fired their head coach, Monty Williams. After 1 year, they gave him like a $80 million.
And he's a good coach.
He is a good coach.
He's super respected in the league.
Yes, very good coach. They're a terrible team. I don't care.
Terrible
if Phil
organization.
Jackson,
terrible everything.
I don't care if Phil Jackson was coaching that team. They weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And to fire him and now owe him $65 million, and now you're going to go hire another guy and pay him the same.
Yeah.
Is just, it's ridiculous.
Sounds like Frank Vogel Part 2.
Frank Vogel, the guy's sitting at home on his couch and there's my Laker check. Ooh, there's my son's check.
He's another coach that's super well respected.
Yes.
What do the Detroit Pistons or any team that's in a city as big a shithole as Detroit? I guess it would just be money. That's the only way you can lure someone in to want to coach that shitty organization.
Yeah, I don't know. Have Goff, the quarterback in Detroit, just move on over when he's not playing quarterback. And
I do have to say this. I would much rather coach in Detroit than have to listen to LeBron James. And be his coach.
There's one to talk about.
You couldn't pay me enough money to fucking coach CCP.
Hey, if you want him, just draft Bronny with that first pick in the first round, Detroit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Wow.
And then have LeBron be your coach as well.
Yeah.
You'll save a little money there.
Maybe that's where they're going with it. Conspiracy theory. Ooh.
Oh, another conspiracy theory. Once you start really looking into these conspiracy theories, it's easy to just say it. They're actually probably true.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, it sucks. Anyways, let's move on. Willie Mays. Sad day in the sports world. Willie Mays passed away yesterday, and it was during a game that was on the MLB Network. AA affiliates were playing. Birmingham was playing Montgomery, and they were playing at Rickford Field, and that's where Willie Mays' career started. it says Willie Mays Pavilion. It's Willie Mays this, Willie Mays that, and here they are honoring him, and he passes away during the actual first game of this series for this week.
You know, everything happens in threes, and I hope there's no more of these legends passing away. But rest in peace, Bill Walton, Jerry West, Willie Mays.
Yes.
I hope that's the end of that. But you know, we talked about it a little bit on our 2-minute rant earlier. It doesn't make any sense to me why they wait. And the only reason I bring this up is because we obviously know how many accolades Willie Mays has, but he was going to get another bunch of accolades this weekend in San Francisco, like on Sunday.
Right.
And I'm not sure who the Giants are playing, but they're at home and they were going to honor him again. Why do they wait so long?
Wait for their health to diminish, and then, we got to speed up and do this.
Well, it doesn't make any sense to me. These writers, first off, they're fucking writers, and they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. But they save their vote and make a guy wait to get in because they wanna like for instance, like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
100. If you have 100 votes, 100 votes should be on Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Why are we even voting on that guy?
Yeah.
He's in. Derek Jeter, he's in.
Yeah.
Like these guys, these superstars that changed the game, they're in.
Yes.
Why are you making like the whole Ohtani thing? Why isn't Pete Rose eligible again for the Hall of Fame? Why is Barry Bonds not in the Hall of Fame? Like these guys
Roger Clemens
changed the game
Yes.
for the better.
Yes.
And like Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, that they were coming off of a strike year. They had lost 50% of their fan base, and that home run, not home run derby, but the home run like chase.
Yes. In '97.
I remember I'd be watching
Yes.
I'd be watching some other sport, and they would literally pan over or make a smaller split screen of the at bat for Sammy Sosa or Mark McGwire. Those guys need to be in the Hall of Fame. It should not even be a situation where you allow some nerd that has never played a sport in his life to determine whether or not that person should be in the Hall of Fame. Listen, Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. I know every single sports writer absolutely hated the guy.
Yes, I hate the guy.
I don't care.
But he deserves to be in. He's right there with Willie Mays as the greatest players ever to play the game, and they're related, basically.
Yeah. So you're going to wait and punish Barry Bonds because he did steroids, but even if he hadn't done steroids, his career prior to the steroids was phenomenal. It was a Hall of Fame career right there.
You know what? Those guys actually saved baseball because people would just think back in '94 after they didn't play. It should have been Montreal Expos playing the Seattle Mariners in the World Series, and it didn't happen. They called it off, and people said, "Hey, these owners make too much money. These players make too much money," and the fans fuck you. I'm not paying all this money anymore to go see this shit. And they basically boycotted games. In 1995, 96, nobody was going to these games. Attendance was way down. And what happened in 97? These guys all started injecting shit into their ass and started pumping out home runs, throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, cutters, sliders. And it was exciting to watch, and it brought people back to watch it. And now we want to punish these guys for basically saving baseball.
Right.
I don't get it, man.
And then like in football, for instance, the life expectancy of a professional football player is far less than most of the other sports.
Yes.
These guys should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know half of them. I mean, I don't know any of them.
Right.
But why are you only electing 6? So that next year when the guy passes away, then you can put him in, but he can't give his speech. It makes zero sense to me. Like,
you know what?
Spend 2 days, elect 15 or 20 guys, whatever it is, and do them the credit. I mean, they served a purpose. They brought entertainment to the TV. They're ridden like donkeys in that league specifically. But it's
playing every day.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Having to get their body up for another game, 162 game grueling schedule. I totally agree with you, and I think the reason that they did the 5 was, back when they had like 12 or 14 teams, and they made those rules that we only want 5 in. We want the 5 best every year. We don't want any more than that because we want it to be an exclusive club.
Sure.
Well, now we got 32 teams, and there's a lot more players out there that are great. So they should increase it to at least double.
Yeah.
They should double it to 10 or 12.
And you know who should be really the ones that are electing these guys in? The guys that are already in.
Yes.
Not these sportscasters and writers that have never fucking picked up a ball in their entire life and are just a bunch of squares. Just a bunch of nerds.
Hell, why don't you just, on a piece of paper, if a guy meets a certain criteria, and every guy before him that has the same exact stats is in the hall, he gets in the hall.
Yeah, I agree with you.
How simple is that?
We could go on and on for hours on this, that's for sure.
We're moving on. We're moving on to, of all things, the WNBA. And why is the cash cow being treated like a dog? Caitlin Clark is being treated by her peers. This lady is trying to make you guys more money, and all you do is shit on her and try to knock her down.
Or knock her out.
Yeah, this Reese, you want to talk about a sore loser. This Angel Reese, every time you get up, I'm not like that. I'm a really nice person, and I respect Caitlin Clark. And then what do? You take her head off.
Wasn't even going for the ball in this last one. Like I was like blown away. I'm like, how is this lady still in the game? It should have been a flagrant 2.
If that's on the street, that's an assault.
Yeah,
that's an assault. That should have been a flagrant 2. She should have been ejected, but no, they only give her a flagrant 1.
The league should really step in and fine her. Like the next time it happens,
yes,
they should be like, because she's going down the path of Draymond Green, but she just doesn't have Draymond Green money.
Yes.
So and you hit her for a few $1,000, and not just a few, but like I'm talking like 10.
Yeah.
That's like that's a fifth of her salary.
And that big center that played at South Carolina and is now a teammate of Caitlin Clark, Boston. Why don't you step up and stop worrying about helping her up and go punch Reese right in the face after she clubbed your star player and friend?
Why do you think that is the case?
I have no idea. They don't get it. They don't get the game.
Wow.
You protect by starting fights. Watch hockey. Watch baseball. It's called empty the dugouts.
Yeah.
You go after my star player, we're going after your star player.
Why doesn't Caitlin Clark... So she signs this deal with Nike, what was it, 4 years, $28 million, right? For a shoe deal?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So she's set there.
Right.
She's playing for pennies.
Yes.
She's got an offer
$76,000 a year.
She's got an offer from Ice Cube to play in the Big 3.
Yes.
For $5 million.
No, I think he bumped it up to
10 because of Portnoy, right?
Yes.
So Dave Portnoy, you can go play in a rec league for $10 million.
Yes.
Why am I even in the WNBA?
Yeah.
Why? Tell me.
Because I have no idea. She's starting to play better too.
I mean, across the board, they are up statistically like 200%.
Yes.
But they're still going to operate this season at a $50 million loss. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're exceeding across the board all your numbers. You're exceeding, and you're still operating at a loss.
Dude, the NBA needs to step in.
The NBA does need to step in and be like, listen, you guys are not hemorrhaging as bad as you were last season without her. Protect her.
Yes. I think the NBA needs to host something and show, hey, this is how revenue works. Mm-hmm. This is how you build your brand.
Sure.
And you guys aren't doing it.
Yeah.
You want to be noticed. You need to recognize that is she's filling seats.
Yeah.
She needed to be on the USA basketball women's team, and you had a perfect opportunity to put her on, and you guys would be talked about constantly, like the women's soccer team.
Yeah.
And you blew it.
Well, I think that bad choice of words. The women like Diana Taurasi, the older ones.
Yes.
I think they stepped in and said no because it was like they look at the Olympic team as like passing the torch, and you have to pay your dues. And to me, I didn't give a shit about you last Olympics. I don't give a shit about you this Olympics. I would have watched you if Caitlin Clark was on the court.
Well,
and quite honestly, you guys should be good enough that you just blow everyone out anyhow.
This is like Taurasi's 6th Olympic team.
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody cares.
For sake, come on.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah,
Nobody
you remember the Dream Team?
Yeah.
They had Christian Laettner, the best college star
at that time.
was the last piece to
know
make it a dream team. You could have had the women's dream team, and you fucking screwed the pooch.
He actually got selected over Shaq.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he actually deserved it because Laettner was a true college star.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yes, Shaq was a physical beast, and he could score and dunk and all that, and we all love Shaq. But Christian Laettner was the actual better player,
yeah.
all around better player.
At that time, yeah.
Even though he's disliked and I don't like him.
Yeah. Well, all I can tell the WNBA is, protect her. Otherwise, nobody's going to watch your shit, and now your statistics are going to go all the way back down to where they were, or maybe even worse, because you've created a monster with Angel Reese. and you're allowing her to be that.
Yeah.
And somebody just needs to smack her upside the face, and then let's see what happens. Let's get some fireworks going on.
Rip those eyelashes off.
God, she's such a. I could go into that for days.
Oh
Anyways.
God! All right.
All right,
What do you want to close with?
Let's finish on a couple things. One, let's talk about baseball real quick. I'll make this super fast. This weekend, I'm going with the Philadelphia Phillies at home.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Detroit Tigers. I'm going with Minnesota Twins on the road in Oakland. Those are my three teams that I'm going to be.
Twins are on fire. They got Royce Lewis back.
Yep, I'm just going to be hammering that.
Yeah.
We have the Freeway Series this weekend.
Yeah, only two games.
Angels at Dodger Stadium.
Only two games.
I'll be watching those.
Yeah, the Angels are actually playing a little bit better.
Yeah.
These young players, and they're waiting for the College World Series in so they can add another player.
Yep. Congratulations, DeChambeau, on your win this weekend. I like where he's going.
Yes.
He seems like a really nice guy now.
Yep. I'm no longer calling him DeChambeau.
Yeah, maybe it's the $250 million he got from the Live Tour that changed his attitude.
Yeah, him and Koepka get along now, right?
Yeah, and he seemed. I mean, based on the videos that I see on Instagram, he seems like just a normal guy now. Like he likes to have fun and he gets drunk. And
I'll tell you what, when he gets the mic, he's funny.
Yeah.
He gets it now. He's jovial. He jokes around.
Did you see him talking about salty balls?
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you what. During the last round, this is what's really changed my mind. He's walking to the next hole in between holes. This is during when he's in the lead trying to beat McIlroy for the U.S. Open, and a kid with cerebral palsy is right there, and he shakes his hand and he walks by the kid and he goes, you know what? He goes back and he pulls out a Sharpie and he signs the kid's hat.
That's awesome.
And then shakes his hand again, and I was like, you know what? I'm turning my opinion on DeChambeau around.
Awesome.
I'm rooting for the guy now.
Yeah, me too. Hey, like and subscribe. Have a great weekend. Make some money.
Yeah, he won for Payne Stewart, by the way. Good job, Bryson.
Awesome.